I fucked.
What?
I fucked.
Oh!
Right there.
Oh! What's up, everybody? Colin&Connor here, back with another video. We reacted to the dire wolf coming back from extinction. So as you can tell, we dressed up like we were back with the dire wolves. So we can blend in with the dire wolf. It came back from extinction.
Extensions?
Ah, shit.
The howl of a dire wolf hasn't been heard on planet Earth for more than 10,000 years.
That's so cute, dude. That's crazy. That's how I be in my girl's ear, like. Or I be in your ear like that. Oh. Pause. My bad.
Talk about husky.
Oh.
That's because the species is extinct.
He clips his fingernails.
What?
Dude.
Fossil Biosciences is a Dallas-based
Damn, bro.
company that's using
What a
genetic
cute-ass
engineering to de-extinct long-gone species. And this is the first time Colossal's dire wolf pups, who are now 6 months old, have been seen by the public.
Bro, that's crazy. Look at them.
They're so cute, bro.
They're so cute. They're dogs. That's so insane, bro, that we're able to literally bring back things that are extinct 10,000 years ago.
It's pointless, bro. When you think about it, though.
Yeah, it is. It's just
We
weird.
just bring them back to be extinct.
Yeah, there's no point. It's weird. I don't know. That's crazy, though.
Hey Ben, it's Jeff Kluger from Time Magazine. A pleasure to meet you. Tell me a little bit about what the goal is for de-extinction and rewilding ultimately. Why are you doing this work?
It became abundantly clear that we need new tools and technologies for conservation. And so we thought this was a really cool way that we could create value, create impact, inspire people, and then also hopefully thoughtfully rewild some of these species.
How are they
apparently will also
inspiring
have-
people, bro? They're bringing back one of the deadliest wolves ever.
Inspire people. What we gonna do about it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He did this for fun. Look at his
Yeah,
face.
yeah. He just like
He's
trying
too
to
happy.
pretend like what he's doing is gonna affect society when it don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like we doing this because we want to.
Yeah.
It's not gonna do shit.
ecological benefits to these different potential ecosystems.
To try and do that, Colossal needed to understand dire wolves at a genetic level. The company has documented the process from the beginning and shared this footage with Time for a cover story.
What?
So can you tell me a little bit about what went into engineering the
She looks
dire
like she
wolf?
would.
We extracted DNA from
Yeah.
2 fossils that we knew from previous work had some amount of preserved ancient DNA. One was a 13,000-year-old bone, and the other was a 72,000-year-old bone, an inner ear bone. We were able to...
How is anything still alive? Like, how do you get DNA that's still
That's
working?
That's cap.
They gotta be just
That's
fooling
AI.
us.
That's AI.
Dude, not everything's AI. It's not like your essay in class.
I know. I know.
Honestly though, like how they use 10,000-year-old shit.
That doesn't make any sense.
So you're saying your cum's still good after 10,000 years? I mean, shit. Shout out my great-great-great-grandpa, because he's still moving somewhere. In a napkin or some shit.
Oh my god, bruh.
to generate 2 genomes, 2 direwolf genome sequences from that, which we then compared to all the other wolves for which there's already been data generated. And when we do that, we want to figure out where it is that these 2 direwolves are similar to each other, but different from the other wolves that are out there. And so we come up with this list of genes where they're distinct. Now, our goal in the direwolf project, just like with all de-extinction projects, is to re-engineer the core traits, the core characteristics that made these extinct species unique and able
Way
to fill
Nikon
whatever
makes
role they
cameras in
filled
white.
in their ecosystems when they were still alive.
Using this knowledge, Colossal then made 20 modifications to 14 genes in the DNA of common gray wolf cells. These relatively few tweaks to the genetic code produced some big differences. The dire wolf's white coat, large size, characteristic vocalizations like that howling you heard at the beginning of the story, and more. That DNA was transferred to denucleated egg cells, meaning cells without their own genetic material, and then developed into embryos and were then implanted in the wombs of surrogate mothers, who were hound mixed dogs.
We didn't know how big these embryos.
Hold up. What?
So they said they made a dire wolf from a dog.
I thought it came from a wolf. What? Dude, we too dumb for this shit.
Oh, what?
I'm so confused,
A
bro.
whole lot of yapping.
I know, I'm just like, they...
Then we put it in a dog.
Modify the DNA and then do something. They be so bored. Like, we supposed to be trying to survive and shit, and then they just be doing shit and putting shit inside a dog.
Yo, we found a wolf skull. Let's put it in a dog. Like, what? That's not real.
Yeah, dude, what?
She's not real, bro.
Yeah, she look like an alien.
She does. Look at her eyes.
She like...
How's she looking? How's she looking? Here?
Yeah.
Here.
She like, looking at...
She's looking too straight.
She looking at both of us.
She is, bro.
At one time. Hey ho. You gonna holler at your boy, keep playing one eye tag.
What eye tag's nuts?
Oh my god. My bad, shawty.
We wanted to make sure that the surrogate was healthy, so we picked large dogs.
Romulus and Remus, named after the Roman mythological twin brothers who were raised by a wolf.
What? Like, dude, you just there because people just... I don't know.
Julius Cornelius Bonfucula.
Blim bing ding 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 from the fucking...
Was the god sister's girlfriend's brother.
He was known...
Sisters who roamed the empire.
He was known to have the biggest dick in the town.
So that's why we gave him Blue Chew. Hey, bro.
Yo.
These guys are not real, dude.
Yeah, facts.
Not real people.
Were born on October 1st, 2024. And in January, they were joined by a younger sister that the Colossal team named Khaleesi. Each wolf is on track to grow to as large as 6 feet long and 150 pounds.
150 pounds? Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. I saw a picture of direwolf one time.
Those are big.
Compared to me, it's up to my chest standing.
Damn, I didn't know they were that big. Holy
So I'm
fuck.
saying, why we bring these back?
They can't stand a Neanderthal though. I got a spear. Did y'all know a Neanderthal can bench 500 pounds without even trying?
You know a woman can bench 350?
A woman
Without
Neanderthal
trying?
can bench 350 without even stepping in the gym.
We done. We done.
Take me and do what you want. Not you, bro! Oh!
No, not you!
I thought that's what... Is that?
Later, bro, dude.
Colossal isn't planning to reintroduce them to the wild. Instead, the 3 dire wolves will live out their lives on a fenced 2,000-acre preserve.
That's boring.
Colossal does not want to disclose this location in order to protect the animals.
I think these are the luckiest animals ever. They will live their entire life.
Douche.
Bro, I hate this shit.
I can't, bro.
Well, I still don't understand the point. Hold on. Listen what she's going
What's that?
What's the... No, listen what she's going to say.
Let's go back like a 2 seconds. Okay.
They will live their entire life on this protected ecological reserve where they have all sorts of space and they have natural denning environment and they have an inclement weather hut that they can go and hide out in if they need to. They have 24-hour veterinary care.
Dire wolves aren't the only species on Colossal's de-extinction agenda.
An American company says it has genetically engineered mice so that they have developed some traits like mammoths.
A small
What the fuck?
we
They
mix in-
designed mice to have some traits like mammoths.
Bro.
What? What
What
connection?
fucking traits?
Ah!
Oh my god, hold on. Are we giving him tusks?
A potentially important step in a quest to eventually bring back the prehistoric woolly mammoth.
They hope to de-extinct the woolly mammoth as early as 2028.
With a fucking mouse? You telling me you putting that big boy in a mouse? Good try. Better like no.
So
step.
I understand maybe where y'all were like, wolf, dog,
Yeah, I get that connection.
mammoth, mouse. Like, what?
Nah, literally, like where the fuck is that? He the size of his.
How does that compute?
He the size of his eyeball.
Not even.
Not even.
Not even.
Where the fuck those connections come from?
The company is also hoping to bring back the dodo and the Tasmanian tiger.
Bro, bring back the T-Rex. The fuck?
But you saw Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
If you know anything from Hollywood.
Yeah, they're like, no.
We're not doing that.
Dude.
Is it crazy? Isn't it crazy that it's possible?
Is the T-Rex possible though? Because how would
Yes.
you manipulate that DNA with anything? A
Eff-
bird.
Effluent and a bird.
Because a bird is a dinosaur, low key.
A chicken's technically a dinosaur.
That's what they say. That's
Actually,
what
usually the chicken is the closest relative to dinosaur that we have.
That's why I be eating so much of them. I'll eat all up inside.
Dino nuggets.
Oh! Oh! Imagine they bring back dinosaurs and they make food called Dino Nuggets. At your local farmer's market.
Yeah.
And then you look in the back and there's a fucking T-Rex.
A Tracheosaurus, bro.
And then there's a Neanderthal just like,
He's not doing that.
oh.
He's not doing
I
that.
thought that's how they use the spears.
He's not fucking the spear.
What?
If some of this genetic tinkering feels familiar,
Jurassic Park, look at
it's
that.
because Hollywood has been here first. And spoiler alert, we all know that didn't end well. So naturally, bioethicists have some concerns.
Yeah.
When you're playing with nature, nature usually wins. Nature is much more complicated than the ability of our brains.
Blah, blah, blah. I want to see a T-Rex. Nature usually wins. I don't give a damn.
Bro, it's the exact words.
Yeah.
This is how Jurassic Park happened.
Yeah, that's what the guy said in Jurassic Park. He's like, nature.
And the other guy said blah blah blah. I want some
Yeah,
dinosaur,
that's facts. They wanted stronger, bigger, better,
faster
girthier.
power. No.
Oh,
no.
I thought that's the
So
power.
I'm going to tell you the first time in let's see, 3 minutes. No more air fuck. Bad puppy.
You call me
Bad dire wolf.
Bad Dyer. Imagine. Bad
Imagine
guy.
what?
No, I don't know.
Imagine what?
I actually don't know.
You said bad dire, and you said imagine what? Imagine what?
I don't know, Connor.
What do you do to this dire wolf?
What are you accusing me of?
What do you want to be accused of?
Ah, you kinky. Back to the video.
Too many things, there may be a lot of unintended consequences. Let's say we alter a gene to make extra hair or to make it burn metabolism more, burn fat more. Those genes may do other things in ways that we just don't even understand. So we may create animals that have lots of medical problems. If we start tinkering with genes, we may create a super mouse, a super rat that kills all the other animals around.
That's
The
crazy.
company Colossal says their mission to restore extinct species
so cute,
is
though.
also about stopping the disappearance of endangered ones today, as experts predict Earth will lose 30% of its genetic diversity by 2050. Colossal
Damn, climate change is bad, bro. 30% of its economic
Bro, that's thousands of animals.
diversity, dude.
Thousands of animals. This is crazy, yo.
Back to the video.
Colossal has used techniques learned from the Dire Wolf project to clone 4 red wolves, a small but important step in fortifying that endangered species. The 4 new wolves could help inject fresh DNA.
He be hearing everything.
Yeah,
Yo,
Oh my god.
he probably like if he was in my living room, he could probably hear my forcing going up and down on the head of my dick.
I heard that thinking about it. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, what a closet after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good boy.
He suffers from a so-called genetic bottleneck, the result of too few individuals carrying too little genetic variety to keep the species healthy.
Whoa.
The MHHN tribes, Manhattan, Australia, and Arkansas, have expressed a desire wolves live on their lands in North Dakota, a possibly colossal and stunning. Damn, dude.